The island you spawn on this seed is a perfect balance of everything you could want inside a survival world, as well as having plenty of different things on a survival island. And right at spawn, as we can see, we are generating right inside of a pretty decently sized forest, and that's because this forest is right on the edge of this entire island. And this island is kind of broken up into multiple tiny islands, and this one obviously is the first one we can see right here, and the next one, of course, is right over here, right next to this one village. Yes, this one humongous island also happens to have a small little plains village we can see right here, on top of having a blacksmith right in the middle of it too, with everything you're gonna want minus 2 pieces, because we have literally 8 bits of obsidian, so you are literally just too shy, and considering you have 3 diamonds, that should be more than enough to get yourself the rest of that obsidian to actually go to the nether. But what about this iron golem on the roof? But what about this island itself? Well, as we can see right here, it actually is pretty decently big, as we can see, with actually quite a number of different types of biomes you might not expect to see on an island, such as, say, like a sunflower plains, as we can see right here, a cherry grove, and even a little bit of mountain. Yes, right in the middle of this humongous island, we actually have just a tiny bit of snowy mountain right here. Now, going up to 146 might not seem that impressive, but all things considered, for an island and everything like that, this is actually pretty decently high. And also, something else to consider is right below this one mountain is actually a little bit of deep dark. Not enough to actually have an ancient city, but in the case you want to get yourself some wardens or some skulk or something like that, then you can totally do that here. Heading yourself off in this direction for a little bit, we're eventually going to find ourselves even more plains biomes off in the distance right over here, with actually quite a number of trees. So in the case you want to do some deforesting, then you could probably do it around here. But in the case you are looking for some mildly flatter areas to actually build on, then maybe around here might actually be what you're looking for. Granted, there's still not a huge amount of flat areas, but in the case you want to use just a little bit more flat grounds, and maybe around here could be what you're looking for. And yeah, there are actually quite a number of flat areas, so just pick and choose where you want to settle down best. Maybe over there with a whole lot more flat area, or maybe right on this edge of this entire island. But in the case you are over in this island, this edge of the island, then you're probably going to notice the fact that right off the coast is, yes, a mushroom island off in the distance over here. The thing every single island seed should have, to some extent, relatively close to spawn, and this one, fortunately enough, does have it. And yeah, well, this one isn't like the biggest one. That's because the actual main part of this island is actually just a little bit further off in this direction, because right off in this direction we can see right here is actually a pretty decently sized mushroom island right off in the distance over here. On top of, right next to that, actually quite a number of icebergs around the place too. But yeah, while this seed isn't perfect, I think this is a very balanced type of island seed you might want to look out for. But yeah, let me know what you think of this seed down below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.